theme of my adult life. I feel like my life is divided into 3 phases. And here's what's going to be crazy, okay? So the first phase is childhood. I would say that was approximately birth to age 17 when I left for college. And the second phase was basically alcohol. I would say that lasted from the start of college until 24, 25, something like that. And then there's like adulthood, which I'm going to say for me started at 25. The adulthood, one of the, not prevailing themes, but one of the themes from my adulthood that's interesting is rediscovering all this shit that I loved as a kid that I forgot that I loved when I was in college and teaching in Korea and basically drinking. For example, did you guys know that fucking sugar tastes awesome? When I was away, I said, fuck it, new vacation me. It's vacation me. I put 1 packet of sugar in my coffee and a little bit of milk. This shit tastes amazing, man. No wonder people are doing it every single day. It's unbelievable. I'm not doing it at home because I don't trust I need to limit my access to this stuff, okay? Now, the fact that people are like putting like 4 sugars in their coffee is insane. And don't even get me started on the, because I was tweeting like, I know what milk is, I know what cream is, but what the fuck is creamer? And then people were like, it's shelf-stable vegetable oil that creams up your coffee. That shit is disgusting, bro. Like, if you're in a shared office kitchen or something like that with limited refrigerator space, I understand. But like, anyway. Another thing, did you know how crazy swimming goes? I don't think I've been swimming in like, I mean, I went like a couple years ago with my wife and my daughter in like a hotel pool. But we spent like 3 or 4 hours in the pool, as you can probably tell. Swimming goes crazy, man. You swim, you float, you go down a water slide, you float on your back for a bit, you do a little bit of swimming, you dunk your head, you come back up, you spin around a little bit. I don't know what's next. I'm going to discover like reading books again or something like that. Ever do a handstand underwater? Of course. It's easy. Well, it's easier than doing it the other way. On land, I guess. Well, very interesting. Meet me? How about a delicious mask? Maybe discovering Isaac again. I think about that all the time. I'm like, man, turns out like all this stuff that I liked doing as a kid, like it would make your day to just go into a swimming pool. Then when I was like 21, if you gave me the choice between like an hour in a swimming pool and 12 of the worst beers you've ever had in your entire life, wouldn't even be a contest. Give me 12 of the worst beers I've ever had in my entire life, please. Now I'm like, holy cow, me at age 22 was an idiot, man. Me at age 7 had it all figured out. Go to bed early, get a good night's sleep, wake up, eat a good breakfast, wait 30 minutes, go into the swimming pool, come out of the swimming pool, eat some, like a pepperoni stick or something like that. It's the little things. Did you know that you can have beers in the pool? Wait a minute, hold up. I think I'm just about to enter the 4th phase of my life. Dying in a swimming pool accident. Drowning. This is not a good start, man. This guy can be kind of fun, though. This is kind of a fun lad right there. I know you're thinking that I got the order messed up. I'm thinking I got the order perfect here. No, you're right. I got the order messed up. Dude, swimming off the pier in Kingston, I almost died. It was so wavy. Can you swim in that? I moved away from Kingston in the middle of this arc. But like I thought that like that area of Lake Ontario was covered in like E. coli, but then like at some point zebra mussels got introduced into the ecosystem and everybody was like the zebra mussels are taking over. Oh fuck, they're an invasive species. But then like the catch was or the opposite of the catch was the zebra mussels like filtered out almost all the E. coli or something like that. So people were like, "Oh shit, thank you." Is that true? Or am I making 95% of that up? It's clean now, they turned it into a beach. I had no idea. Thank you, zebra mussels. I don't think it was E. coli. It's Vancouver that's got all the E. coli. Actually, I think it's like everywhere. Bacteria is crazy, man. Like, you can't stop them. Like, what are you supposed to do? You're going to make a filter that's too small for the bacteria to get in? You're going to stop geese from pooping in the ocean? How are you going to do that? Best of luck, brother. Did you watch any movies on the flight home? Okay, it's a recycled bit because, well, fuck you, it's not a bit, it's my life. But it's a recycled bit because I already talked about it. But after a week at an all-ages themed amusement park, I definitely did watch Lady Bird and Rice Boy Sleeps on the flight home to experience some mature entertainment, and I like bawled my eyes out through both of them for sure. Lady Bird is a great film. I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anyone else think that Lady Bird is Napoleon Dynamite for people? Fucking, you can land this thing. I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that Lady Bird is for people that fucking... I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anyone else think that Lady Bird is Napoleon Dynamite for people that grew up watching Hereditary instead of Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy? I don't want to go off on a rant here, but I can't fucking do it, man. I can't fucking do it. He's washed. I'll come back with that one tomorrow. That'll be the new I Want to Smoke the Shit That Made Calvin Coolidge. Yes, I enjoyed Lady Bird. Lady Bird was really good. You know what I realized? I think I like vibes-based movies. Is there a term for the kind of cinema where it's not? Because here's I enjoy American cinema. I enjoy American cinema. Endgame, Infinity War, The Winter Soldier. I love lots of American movies. Okay, but the vibe, the sequence of most American movies, and let's call them mainstream movies instead, is like, you know, the classic graph from English class, you know, rising action, climax, denouement, the end. What about something like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where it's basically just the camera opens in media res to someone's life, and you just follow stories about their life. Now, there is a climactic moment at the end, but then it just sort of ends. You know, like Lady Bird is not like she's in high school, but then she gets superpowers, she gets the fucking Infinity Gauntlet, and then she snaps like a bully away. Like, it's a movie that has no real villains. It's a movie that has conflict, but it's like very normal. Like, nobody is going into outer space or anything like that. The same thing with Rice Boy Sleeps. You open in a snapshot of someone's life at a particular moment in time, and you follow them for a while, and then it just ends. It doesn't end with a moment where you're like, oh, this is where their story ends. You never have to think about where their life is going to go from this. It just sort of you know, that's where this story ends. I think I'm getting into vibes-based movies, man. Watch K-On! Librarian. Come on. Isn't that the fucking... Is it one of those idol animes? Or is that one of the robot animes? It's the anime for racists? Wait, the one with the ladies who are also tanks? I thought that was the racist anime. What the hell? No, the other one. What? Bro, anime can't be racist. It's Japanese, okay? You don't seem to understand how this works. So true, so true. If you see a K-On! Profile picture, they're going to say some nasty words to you. That has no power to me. Because I don't know if you're ready for this. And I'm not trying to yuck your yums, okay? All the anime avatars, the same to me. Unless you got Goku in your avatar. But none of you fuckers put Goku in your avatar. Because I guess that's like too normcore. Like you wouldn't get any cachet in your social circle. Because people would be like, really? You got a Goku profile picture? Unless you got Goku or like Naruto in your profile picture. Whatever anybody tweets at me and they got an anime profile picture. I don't know if it's from K-On! Or My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, fucking... Those shows all look really different. And you know what's the same about them? I ain't seen them! You know what was crazy about being at Disney World? There's a lot of people out there still rocking, and God love them, still rocking like Rick and Morty t-shirts. And you might think that it's like, I'm putting my face in my hands. Oh, brother, they don't know that show is cringe now. I'm actually envious of them. And I know that I could become them, but it's just not, it doesn't come naturally for me. But I'm envious of them because they aren't tapped into this fucking useless, ever-changing zeitgeist every single day. Like they went to a store and saw a shirt and they said, oh, Rick and Morty, I like that show. That's pretty funny. So they bought the shirt and they fucking wear the shirt and they're out there living their damn lives. They're not enslaved by the same chains that those of us who have chosen, whether willfully or via inertia, to keep your finger on the pulse of how the entire world feels about every single media property, every single person involved in the media property. They have political opinions of absolutely everybody on the writing staff. Did one of the voice actors committed a crime in Galway in 1979, so I'm never watching Big City Greens ever again. Like, they're just out there buying shirts and living their lives, man. That could be us. But for some reason, I resist. I say it would be so easy for that to become me, and instead I'm like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I repulsed. I back away from the medicine. I say I don't need this. Are they, though? Who's they? I'm talking about me, man. Not Mima. That's like one of the lead characters from Where the Crawdads Sing. But the dude who fucking wrote Where the Crawdads Sing, isn't he like a Republican congressman or something like that? And then we don't even know if he made up half the shit in the book. And then we don't... I've never even read the book. I don't know the guy. I've never seen the movie. I know everything about it. Where did we go wrong, man? That's Hillbilly Elegy. Oh, okay. I was kind of wrong then. Never mind. Oh, that's right. Where the Crawdads Sing is the lady whose husband might have killed somebody on an African safari in the late 1980s. Do you see how messed up? We're not supposed to know this much, man. We're just supposed to be watching a show and going, that's funny, and then 6 months later, you're in a store and you're like, I liked the 2 episodes of that show that I watched. I'm going to buy that Rick and Morty shirt. I don't know, maybe. Would love to know your thoughts on this. Do you ever think that knowledge is a curse, but also a blessing? Just a curse? I don't know. Listen, this is so rude, but it's like an internal thought that I had. And it's not even fair. I'd like to acknowledge my own stupidity in this. I've previously said it would be nice to actually be like, not really stupid, but like a little bit stupid. Because I feel like people who self-identify as smart are also much likelier. Notice I said self-identify! Are statistically more likely to also experience misery in their lives. Whereas it's easy to look at someone that you would describe as a little stupider than yourself and think like, oh, it must be nice to be so naive. That being said, when I was in Disney World, I saw a lot of people that I saw were doing very stupid things, or things that I would try to like wrap the rock in a velvet glove as many times as possible. Not stupid people doing stupid things. Well, not stupid things. Things that I wouldn't do if I wanted to be seen as a smart person. And I think that their life is harder. They also made life harder for the people around them. But, for example, when I was getting on Rise of the Resistance at Disney World's Hollywood Studios Park, I was a solo rider. They said, go stand on silver, okay? I stood on silver. It's a circle on the ground. I got it. I was in a party of 3 other people and myself. Doors open up. I feel for the people that are working, because they're supposed to be like the Sith. They're like, you, swine, go over here. But then like people are like asking them questions. So like the doors open up and they're like, all right, inmates, make sure that you go to the ride vehicle that is the same color as the circle you're standing on. And then wouldn't you know it, we're standing on silver. I walk into the damn room. The silver car is all full. Meanwhile, I'm with the rest of my party. It's the older Italian family. They don't speak any English. They don't even know who I am, and I'm with them, and I'm trying to get them to like, I'm trying to explain, like, we're going to Orange because the people from Orange went to Silver, so we got to go to Orange. And they're like, why is this guy talking to me? And I'm like, look, I don't want to be that stupid, okay? I don't want to be too stupid to be like, I have to keep one color in my head and walk 10 feet from the circle on the ground to the right color of car. But maybe like a little stupider. I don't know. I'm doing all right, honestly. No, my family was fine. Who are the stupid people? It's the people that were on Orange, but they went to the silver car. They were probably, I was going to say they were probably locals. Because here's how that went in my head. First, I was going to say they're probably from country. And then I said, no, it's too much. That's way too offensive. Then I was going to say they're probably from Ohio. And I was like, we've laid on the Ohio part a little thick. It's a little mean-spirited. But I said, I bet I could take a shot at Florida and people would just plus to it. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying. Like Whitney Houston said, it's not right, but it's okay. Is the Italian couple in the room with us right now? I hope not. That would be pretty weird. In all likelihood, they're probably back in Capua right now. Is it a real place? Or is that, did they make that one up for Romeo and Juliet? You should bring back the Minnesota hate. The Minnesota, well, listen, how real do you want to get? It's not even that real when it's real, but The Minnesota hate is because that's like sibling rivalry. Canada and Minnesota have some cultural overlap, some climate overlap, and some geographical adjacency. So you know, it's more like a situation where you're like, my least favorite person is my little brother. But then, like, if your little brother was getting bullied at school, you would like go to the school and kick the shit out of his bully, right? The Florida discourse, there were definitely some times when I was there where I was like, I don't understand why people choose to live here. Some people probably forced to live here, but some people started out elsewhere on American soil and said, Orlando, that's the place for me. And then they stayed there. What is my parrot doing? You're so right! Oh, we win these. We win these. Rolled past Wolverine to buy chocolate for Wolverine. One of those Wolverines was X-Men Origins Wolverine. One of them was The Wolverine. The Wolverine's still not a 10 out of 10 movie, but it's no X-Men Origins Wolverine with Ryan Reynolds with the mouth sewn shut. You know what I mean? The dude is called the Merc with the mouth. They're like, how should he make his cinematic debut? What if we stapled his mouth shut? Doesn't even make any damn sense. But then you're not going to shoot. You've overcooked. No. This is good. This is going to be fine. Everyone relax. I know what I'm doing. We take these. It's that simple. Oh! Whoa, never mind. I was so sure we won. Instead, we drew. It's a tough one. Can I also say something that will strike you as punching down, but you might laugh enough to make up for it? What percentage of Disney World patrons do you think the Disney World monorail is their only experience with public transit? Like 75%? 50%? That was a good one. Do you count the people mover at Tomorrowland? I think that the people mover drops you off in the same place as it picks you up, right? So I don't think that I don't think that counts as transportation. So does a train. Well, usually you stop somewhere in the middle, right? Like go to work or like see a museum or something like that. What am I doing? I'm fucked. No, this is gonna work. Yeah. This is the ticket, man. I needed another sniper. No, I didn't. I needed to stick with what I had. I can't believe we got 6 wins there. I'm on vacation. I'm allowed to act a little rude on public transit. Honestly, for the most part, the people that we met at Disney World, I had sympathy, you know? Like, sometimes I get in their way. I've got a stroller with me, and I got 2 younger kids. Like, they're not paying attention to everything. They're bumping into people now and then. I say sorry. It's no harm, no foul. I try to extend that sympathy to others as well. But there was some where I was like, be an eager player, eager monk. I mean, when there's kids who are like, you know, inconveniencing you, if I can be accused of being boomer coded, then I'm going to accuse you of being millennial coded or even Gen Z coded. Maybe I'm a boomer. I get way more annoyed when I am inconvenienced by an adult than when I'm inconvenienced by a child, because a child, their brain doesn't really work right yet. So like, when a little kid bumps into me and then they say sorry, I'm like, there's absolutely no problem. Now, if they're like 12, I might be like, you better sort that shit out real quick, because not everybody's as nice as I am. But when it's like an adult that's, you know, they have a dereliction of duty, I'm like, you're supposed to be the responsible one. I will say we had a funny moment, like we were on the monorail and I was sitting in my seat like wedged up against the wall. It was real tight. I had my niece next to me, and then Kate, my daughter, and my other niece were like across because we couldn't get seats together. We stopped at another place, like another resort, and then a little kid and his family got on, and the kid just walked up to me. He was probably like 7, and he pointed at me and said, "I sit there?" And I just sort of looked at him. He didn't say like, "Can I sit there?" or like, "Do you mind moving so I could sit there?" He just said, "I sit there." And I was just like, what's going on? And then his mom was like, "No, you can't sit there. Come sit with us." And he was like, "No, they can move over there and I can sit here." And then the mom was like, "No, just come sit with us." And then he screamed, and then his mom went off on him in Polish and took them off of the monorail. And I was like, oh shit, that kid isn't. You can't, they might have been at Disney World for like 6 days. You can't be pulling that kind of stuff on day 6. On day 1, you might be able to be like, ha ha, no, just come sit on my lap. On day 6, it's like, you know how hard it is to get everybody in line to get on the fucking monorail, and then you're going to blow it all up by trying to steal that guy's seat. Anyway, we need more of that? Well, I mean, I think it's like, you know, people don't need to be meaner to their kids, but it was nice to see someone kind of laying down the chain of command. Although the flip side of that was there's so many times when like my daughter would be taking a nap, so I would just be hanging out, you know, with her in the shade, and then you'd see like a dad with the, you know what, when I say this, you know what I mean. A dad with a big backpack on, and he's got the waistband buckled too, and he's got sunglasses on. You know what I'm talking about? And the dad would be like browbeating his son. "I told you 20 times, if you ever did that again, we're gonna leave." And then the kid would be like, but, he'd be, "No buts! We're getting out of here right now." And then like grab the kid by the elbow. You see the picture of the guy at Disneyland where his shirt says like, "If I charge in, follow me. If I retreat, kill me. If I die, avenge me"? Someone tweeted that to me while I was at Disney World, and I was laughing my ass off. It was such a good shirt. I can't imagine where you got to be psychologically to wear that shirt to fucking Disneyland, man. It's so good. I tweeted that to you. Thank you. It was I enjoyed the tweet immensely. I enjoyed the picture. I saw that exact shirt at Universal Studios. It's a wild world out there, man. Stay safe. Did you wear your I'm with her t-shirt? No, that's in my humidor. What the fuck? You just owned me. The question is, if you kill him because he retreated, do you still have to avenge him? You know, that's a good question. When I was on the monorail, a guy got in a fight with my dad, who is disabled, because he was sitting while his wife had to stand. Opened with, when you leave the park, you should buy a dictionary and look up the word respect. Holy cow, man. You're on the damn train at Disney World. Everyone's got to relax a little bit. I do want to say, like, almost everybody we saw was having a good time. But there were definitely some people where you were like, they're not having a good time. I think, like, the stress can get to anybody, but, like, I think there were some people that kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say they went looking for a conflict. I would say that their base case maybe is that they always sort of look for conflict. It's not like they rolled up to Disney World and were like, let's fight. It's just like, for whatever reason, they are conditioned to look for a fight everywhere. Oh, this is bad. The humidity there restricts brain activity. In their defense, it was real humid. So I'm willing to cut. I'm not saying you gotta hand it to them. Okay, librarian, I know it looks impossible. I'm bringing this one back. This is an easy one piece. It's not an easy one piece. Don't say those words around me, by the way. Apparently the 5th arc is starting soon. Get ready for this. Ooh. Gear 5. That's what I said, the 5th arc. Did I stutter? There's no shot Luffy clears Goku. I'll be honest with you, my lack of anime knowledge is not a bit. I don't know what the hell Luffy does. I thought he just was like a guy on a boat. He has like superpowers or something. He's stretchy. He's made out of rubber. Oh, so he's like a carbon copy of like Mr. Fantastic. Real original. Well, I'm going to die. He's literally Popeye. He's a socialist rubber band. What the hell did I miss? I'm not qualified for this type of discourse right now. Look at this. This is the road to 10. It's the road to 10. Oh no! It's the road to 2. Did you see the librarian's internal clock video? I did not. What was the librarian's internal clock video? Because I can come up with a suggestion of what it is. I think that I have a great internal clock. Were you testing that theory? Were you putting that theory to the test? No, you don't? I do. Ask me what time it is. 1:31. You see my eyes dip? It's 1:27. That's pretty good. I'm 4 minutes off. I haven't looked at a clock in like 4.5 hours. That's pretty good. I pride myself. Like, I'm not shy when somebody says, what time is it? I don't wear a watch. And I'll say something like, it's got to be around like 1:30. And then they'll look at their phone and be like, huh, 1:21. Pretty close. And I'm like, Girl, I know it. What can I say? Oh yeah, what time is it now? 1:29. Oh, 1:28. Oh. My dad too. I think it comes from being like I don't know. I don't want to say like an anxious person, but like one of those people who's like always trying to remain appraised of the situation at hand. Like an insane person, I suppose. No. You know what's crazy? You can here's how crazy Disney World is. I'll give you an example. You literally can't do anything wrong. I think if you did something like criminal, they would kill you and then place the body outside of the park grounds so that it would look like you died outside of their jurisdiction so that they didn't have to like file a safety report. That being said, within reason, you're paying money to be there and be treated like a VIP. They literally can't get mad at you for anything, which is insane. One day, we were late for a reservation for an hour for lunch. An hour! We were supposed to be there at like 1:10. We got there at 2. People in front of us in line to speak to the host said, hey, we're wondering if you have a table for 2. They said it's going to be about a 45-minute wait. Is that okay? They said, yeah, no problem. We'll just hang out. We walked up. Hey, our reservation was like an hour ago. Can we still get in? They said, no problem. We're just wiping down your table. Now, I know that you were not wiping down that. I know that you radioed someone and said they're finally here and they were like, oh, fuck, like figure something out. But they treat you different, man. It's crazy. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you. Thank you, Chef Art Smith's American Homecoming Restaurant in Disney Springs. That was the first place in my life I've ever had a deviled egg. And I'm here to tell you, if you haven't tried a deviled egg, you're not missing out on anything. People are going crazy over deviled eggs. They don't even taste good. They're good. What the heck? This is wrong. They're delicious. They're literally just like a cold boiled egg. It's just an egg. They're so good. They're deviled. I get that they're mixed, like the yolk has been mixed with something, definitely paprika and something else. Like Kate ordered it, and then she was like, you should have one. I ate it, and I was like, this is an egg. I don't really see the appeal, quite frankly. I'm not trying to like start a revolution or whatever. I'm just, should have got 2 air jobs. Oh. How much was it? I prefer not to think about all that stuff right now. We're all having a good time. No need to bring numbers into it. I'll figure that out when I look at my online banking later tonight. Okay, this is the one. Sell me, place me, hit me with one of those, roll me for free. For the moment, I'm willing to try a royal flycatcher. Hey, I'm just Jack. Thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Appreciate it. Come back to me after you've been to a mediocre church breakfast consisting of a bad steak, potato chips, a flat of grocery store root beer, and deviled eggs. Okay. I don't know if I'm ever going to experience that, but I'm in a vacuum. All I'm going to say is for somebody who's been hearing about how good deviled eggs are for 34 years and has never experienced a deviled egg, I kind of expected to be knocked off my feet a little bit. I didn't necessarily expect to like it, But I expected to be kind of blown away by this unique flavor. And I eat the deviled egg, and I was like, it's just an egg. It's not even close to what they said. I punched it up. That's what I do. What they wrote was funny, but if I'm being honest, it was lacking a certain je ne sais quoi, okay? And then I took it upon myself to add a little extra panache to the bit. Maybe I laid it on too thick. I am a millennial. It's what we do. What is going on? My favorite restaurant has a deviled egg of the day, and it's like most of the reason I go there. I don't know, man. It's just me. To be fair, it's the only deviled egg I've ever had in my entire life. So it's possible it was a bad one. But here's the thing. The rest of the food of the restaurant was actually good. So I thought to myself, I don't think that the rest of the stuff would be good, and then they would be like, the deviled eggs are bad, like as a joke, right? This is a weird bit, but bear with me. I was just away in a fake real world for like a week, right? I'm 0% high or under the influence of any kind of substance right now, except possibly caffeine. It's fucking dawning on me how surreal it is. And I'm talking right now, and there's like a few thousand people that are like watching and talking back. That's so divorced from the reality that I was in over the past week. Like, this is a kind of whiplash that would have killed a lesser man. To go from, like, commuting to the airport, I guess it's not commuting, but driving to the airport, then, like, being at Disney World, which is just sensory overload, to then, like, oh, yes, I'm going back to my normal job right now, which is just talking for 5 hours straight, and strangers give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Like, this is something that is not... When you're in the bubble of doing it, you're like, it's normal. Having been out of it for like 9 or 10 days, this shit is the fucking Twilight Zone, man. What's going on? What are you doing here? What am I doing here? This isn't real. We're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. What are you doing? You're not doing anything. What are we doing here? This is crazy. Anyway, I'll probably take like another dolphin. Put me back in. I was a streamer in charge of playing a mobile game for 6,000 people. And even when my jokes aren't funny, they give me money and tell me that it was the most hilarious thing they've ever seen. Put me back. Come on. Come on. I'm going to give you a one-up later, but take that for now. Did you go to Gordon Ramsay's Fish and Chips Orlando? I did not go to Gordon Ramsay's Fish and Chips Orlando. But is that the one from the viral video? No, wait, I got it backwards. Isn't there a video where like some dude eviscerates Gordon Ramsay's pad thai? For me, Gordon Ramsay is kind of up there in the same category as Tom Cruise, which is like a celebrity that if you just like wrote down their attributes and behavior on paper, I would be like, I hate that guy, but I can't bring myself to dislike Gordon Ramsay. I know he tricked that vegetarian guy into eating meat on Kitchen Nightmares and then told everybody at the restaurant and everybody pointed and laughed at him. I'm sorry. I can't. I just like him. Some people just have it. They just have the charisma that's like, I know I should hate you, but please bring back Kitchen Nightmares, okay? That's assault? I know. He's like really charismatic. It's coming back. Let's go! That's right. We should be glad that he's a chef and not like a despot or something like that. What's the difference between a despot and a dictator? A dictator is they rise to a position of power under the veneer of a false election. A despot seizes power with naked ambition. A despot is just a bad dictator. Oh. Okay, thank you. I do have a level 3. I do. There's nothing hits like getting a lull from your wife in the Twitch chat too. Because she's heard them all. To get her to laugh is like, if you can get the person who's around you the most to laugh, then you are a skilled comedian. And I'm not just saying that because it just happened to me. Did your Trump impression make it to Orlando? Well, so here's the story with that. I think we were talking about Chiblee came up for some reason, as he often does. And then either Kate or myself went, Chiblee, Chiblee. And then my 2 nieces said, whoa, what was that? That's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. What's this Chiblee thing you guys are doing? We were like, oh, Chiblee is like a friend of ours who lives in New Zealand. And we just, it's the only thing I can say in my Donald Trump voice. And then they just started going, Chiblee, Chiblee, along with us. So we cut that shit out because we can't let that make it back across the border with them. And then they're going to have to explain it to their parents or to like, their teacher or something like that. The same thing happened like while I was riding Rise of the Resistance. The 4 of them were chilling in the gift shop. And then apparently my daughter, who is 2, pointed at a figurine and said, I want that. And then it was Babu Frick. And then Kate said, you don't even know who this guy is. His name is Babu Frick. What a name. And then they just started shouting like Babu Frick at each other. So we had to make it a banned word. But that took like 2 days. Who's Babu Frick? I haven't seen all of the newest Star Wars. Isn't he just a guy who goes, Wah! Or something like that? He goes, yeah, that's correct. He goes, hey, hey. He does not go, hey, hey. What does this even mean? The tiny guy who bricks C-3PO isn't being bricked up when you're either constipated or horny, depending on the context. He didn't brick him up. He just bricked him. Like the way you brick like a computer. He kills C-3PO? That dude was my tour guide on Star Tours. He got better. Mine too? Bro, fucking no way. Hang on, I had a bit about this. Did you know on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, there's 6 songs you could possibly hear, and it's selected by a random chance? My wife got One Way or Another by Blondie. I got I Ran by Flock of Seagulls. Both very good selections. Can you imagine getting Conga by Miami Sound Machine? I'm sorry, it's just the worst song. Maybe not. Listen, there's 6 songs, okay? One Way or Another by Blondie. I Ran by Flock of Seagulls. Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. Now, that's what I was hoping for, because I could have experienced both physical and spiritual thrills while on the ride. I didn't get that one, but I was very happy to get I Ran at least. September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm willing to say, my personal opinion, easily a top 25 song of all time. So I'm certainly not throwing that one under the bus. So it comes down to conga by Miami Sound Machine, which is come on baby, do that conga. I don't want to control yourself any longer. I know all these from the Peloton, of course. And Disco Inferno. I heard some buddies say burn, baby, burn. Maybe Disco Inferno is the worst, but I mean, if I got on that, I got Disco Inferno or conga, I'm running it again. I'm getting back in the 230-minute standby line. You got to be happy with what you got, though, as long as you got something good. Give me this. I would have put in earplugs for both. Brother, your earplugs would have fallen out of your fucking ears, okay? I don't know if other people are like this, because I'm not that roller coaster pilled. Anytime I got on a roller coaster, because at Disney World, they don't ask you to like take off your glasses or like your hat or your, bag or anything like that. I would like put all this stuff under my shoes and then just clamp my feet down as hard as possible on top of them so that they didn't fly out of the ride. So I was like, maybe that's one of the reasons that I didn't like roller coasters that much before, is because I'm always distracted by like, oh, what if my bag falls out of the coaster? Your glasses? When I rode the Bat at Canada's Wonderland in the 12th grade, it's a roller coaster that takes you through a loop and then you go backwards through the same loop. On the first loop, my glasses fell off of my head and I had to catch them. And then I had to go through the second loop with just holding my glasses out in front of my face, like hoping that they wouldn't fall off, otherwise I couldn't see anything. I'm making an executive decision. That story was my ick. Yeah, I can understand it. I can't really be mad at you for that one. Oh, son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. We got 4 life left. We're going on this one. You caught your glasses on a loop. I hate when something amazing happens to me because people don't believe it. Because I don't present as being that cool. But I'm like a pretty fucking cool dude. And it would surprise you, I'm fairly coordinated. Yes, I fall down now and then. I stumble now and then. But I'm pretty coordinated. I played baseball for 10 years. It wasn't, travel ball, but it was still like, I was doing pretty well, I'd say. No. Aren't you a toe walker? Yeah, but like on a roller coaster, nobody knows you're a toe walker. Oh. Oh. One more chocolate, please. Oh, that's even better. Oh. We don't need it. We don't need it. What the hell? All I got out of it was a 32-32 dog? It's the scammiest team I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a damn joke. Works 2 times per turn. We don't need that shit. We need this shit right here. Yeah! Now you could get sold. And fucking, you can come out here. You could come out here. Yeah. And then we need a 1-up. Oh. Gulp. Okay. Don't snipe me. Oh, you're in trouble. Tiger would be sick, though. We're still gonna lose. Yep, here it comes. Tiger would have been good on this team. I don't know why. Like, obviously, you're talking about the animal, Tiger, but I thought you were talking about Tiger Woods for some reason. What a moist mask. Tiger Woods would go off in this game. What if they had to turn Tiger Woods into an animal? Here's what I'm thinking, okay? What's Tiger Woods' dominating characteristic as a golfer? He's clutch. So here's my thinking, okay? Level 1, Tiger Woods. I was going to give him an ability that already existed. I don't know. I'm not in game design. Just give him a red shirt. No, his defining... You need to have more empathy, man. His defining characteristic as a golfer is not his pain pills addiction. Okay? We should have sympathy for that, man. There, but for the grace of God, go us, you know? Any one of us could have been cursed with being, like, at the forefront of sports entertainment and then also addicted to pills or something. I'm just trying to say he's still a human being. We shouldn't... make fun of him. His bad driving? He was under the influence of the pain pills. Why don't you have sympathy for Jordan Peterson's benzo addiction then? Well, I have sympathy for his benzo addiction, I guess. But I mean, it's also like he chooses to go outside dressed like the fucking Joker, okay? Like, I'm not saying you have to absolve all bad behavior that they're involved in. I'm just saying, you don't have to... There's other things you can poke fun at Tiger Woods for. Like the text that he sent when he was cheating on his wife. Which were, I thought, try to, again, issue a personal attack on Tiger Woods, but those texts are really, really funny. Like, they're really, really funny. Wasn't his wife abusive? No, she was Swedish. Oh! I had it in the damn bag, man. Come on. Playing sap with 11 minutes on the clock. I got one more in me. So true. My entire gallery on my phone now, like my photos folder, I don't know what you call it on an iPhone. I'm an Android Andy. It's all NBA related memes. Well, and pictures of like my kid at Disney World. But like, let me see. Here, all I can say to you is the honest truth. Okay, here's my most recent photos. Galarian Articuno catch card. We came back, Tomo was sitting in our sink. I said, I need a photo of that one. Me walking 26,268 steps at Disney Hollywood Studios for a total daily walk of 20.17 kilometers, 1,063 calories. Mike Ehrmantraut looking not amused. Okay, now Disney World, Disney World, Disney World, bag of rocks, $9.99. Here we are on the airplane. Hang on, you know what? I have to get it from Twitter. I'm old. Let me look at my gallery. Joe Biden in the Iron Man suit, like it's Joe Biden's face with the Jarvis computer stuff over his face, because I believe that he tweeted, Congress, pass my billionaire tax. I haven't used that one yet, but one day I will. It's just stolen. Like, I didn't make it. Greg Popovich saying shush. Lionel Messi, I don't care. LeBron James, whoever came up with that shit needs to be fired. Kyrie Irving, I have no idea. I just work here at the end of the day. LeBron James, I don't give a fuck what nobody think. I'm him. I don't even know who this guy is. A masterpiece. I don't have too many words. I believe this is Pep Guardiola, I need that, we need that. Guy who sank his first three-pointer ever. Tonight I feel like I lost my virginity. LeBron James, they fucked up mentally and physically. I'm telling you, they fucked up. Lil Wayne speaking about Nikola Jokic's performance in Game 4 of the NBA Finals. I ain't ever seen no shit like that. Michael from Love on the Spectrum. I have a feeling that having children will ruin my chances of becoming wealthy. That was just an all-time quote. I had to go search that one out for myself. Walter the Grumpy Puppet from Jeff Dunham's comedy special. LeBron James saying, yeah, I'm obsessed with it. I mean, like, this is a brain in decline, okay? This is a man who is... I mean, it's not getting any better up here. Probably get a 10-piece here, though, if I had to guess. Probably get a 10-piece. The Rudy Gobert one. I like my favorite. I try not to use it too much, though, because it'll get played out, is Victor Wembanyama after his first game in the G League. To be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. You know what's messed up? You have to keep your brain in check. I don't watch basketball. I don't follow basketball. But I was thinking to myself the other day, I said, maybe I should buy some basketball cards. What I had to stop myself just because, like, I was like, brain, what are you doing? You don't watch basketball. You don't even like collecting cards. Why did you just get an impulse to purchase some basketball cards? Like, I don't even know where it came from. I couldn't even tell you. The dad urge to have a card collection. I was like, I constructed like an elaborate fucking fantasy in my head. I was like, I could buy a few packs of basketball cards, and then if I get like any good cards, I could maybe keep them myself and add them to the collection, but then I'll take all the bulk and I'll donate it to like the local community center or something like that, so the kids who don't have basketball cards can get their favorite player or something. Yeah, like their favorite player is going to be like the 8th person that comes off the bench for the Washington Wizards that I'm going to leave in the bulk pile. Yeah, for sure. Guaranteed. They're not going to want the Victor Wembanyama rookie card. They're going to be like, give me the Tony Snell. Son of a bitch. Is there like a governing body that makes sure Upper Deck doesn't print too many Victor Wembanyama rookie cards? Nope. Yes. Okay. Let's talk about that for a second. The Card Council. Pretty funny. I'm going to give you a +2 for that one. Hey, I'm going to build the same squad I've always built. Hope that's cool with you guys. Why would they purposefully increase their own supply? Well, like, I don't want to buy a basketball card pack that doesn't have Victor Wembanyama in it. So if they just, like, put a Wembanyama in every single card pack, then, like, I'd probably buy a couple. Because I'd be like, holy cow, these are going to be worth a lot of money someday. But then they would have printed so many Victor Wembanyama rookie cards that they would have been like, they'd be like worth nothing as a result of the oversupply. That's what I'm saying. Like the not to be economics pilled. If you show me the incentives, I'll show you the results. And the incentive is for Upper Deck to print a fuckload of Victor Wembanyama rookie cards because they would like make a lot of money. And it would like totally fuck up the secondary market, which apparently I'm pretending to be a part of for some reason. Oh yeah, we win these. Here's the mechanics of trading cards is very interesting to me. Do they print the same number of cards for like every, let's say the top 5 picks in the NBA draft? Do they print the same number of cards for all 5 of those rookies? Or is there like an actuary at Upper Deck that's like, personally, we think that the Spurs reached. Obviously, they didn't. But you know what I'm saying? Do they print the same number of rookie cards for pick number 1 as pick number 5? Or do they print more of pick number 1 because that's going to be like the chase rare? Or do they print less of pick number 1 because it would make it worth more money, which might lead to people buying more packs? It's an interesting question, right? My dad used to be head of the card council. They just kind of do whatever. I used to smoke weed with Johnny Hopkins. Stop shooting me! How about this? I think this is unironically our 10-piece in waiting. Don't they just print a fuck ton of everything? I don't think so. I think because the dirty little secret of the card industry is like the only people who buy sports cards because they like sports are like 8 years old. And everybody else that buys sports cards is basically just addicted to gambling. And the way that you get gambling addicts to purchase your product is to advertise like, oh, check out like this huge rare that you could get out of this one. Ruby Sapphire, Victor Wembanyama, security slapping Britney Spears at the Luxor, right? Like that's how you get people invested in that one. That's all trading card games. Chad, I got a bone to pick with you as well. Because I don't know how it happened, but you got my wife into Honkai Star Rail. I watched her play a little bit of the game. First off, she said, you can't get into this game as well because if both of us get addicted to it, then we won't have any money. And I said, all right, that's fine. I said, I don't think there's much danger of that. Then I watched her do like a pull, which is what they call it when you receive a new member of your Star Rail team. And she pulled like a unit. I don't know what the fuck's going on, okay? She pulled a unit that was called like Nessun Dorma or something like that. And then she was going through her inventory and it was like Badge of Chaos, Gallifreyan Steel, Stardust Comet and stuff like. You know what we need? And I'm saying this half ironically but half unironically. We need an American boomer gacha game. Because I'm not saying I want to get into gacha, but on the other hand, I'm kind of wondering what all the fuss is about, but I can't wrap my head around all this like, hey, it's anime ladies, but also it's like European medieval coded or something like that. What about like you just open a pack and it's like, holy shit, I got like Bill. That's Bill. And then there's I got a gun. I got a sword. Why is it all like the falchion of alacrity and stuff like that? I can't follow that stuff. How am I supposed to know? But if they put like I got a 5-star Cletus. Who's Cletus? Bro, he's like a systems analyst. He's the best systems analyst in the game right now. Usually people build him as a systems analyst, but if you get him a TI-85 scientific calculator, he can also be a great project manager if you need someone to play a flex role on your team. You're not good enough. Sorry. Not sorry. They did that as Rainbow Six Siege. You know what? I think you're absolutely right. I think you're a damn genius. You know what? Someone also said that's just fantasy football, and I think I get it now. I think you're also right. Okay, I understand. This is $1 billion idea. It's about as real as me smoking weed with Johnny Hopkins. I can invite you to my fantasy football league. No offense, you probably can't handle the smoke. Go ahead, ask me. Who's the best player in the NFL? Go ahead, ask me. Ask me. Who's the best player in the NFL? Who's the best player in the NFL? Easy. Patrick Mahomes. Under no circumstances are you allowed to ask me who the second best player in the NFL is. I could not tell you. Name the top scoring fantasy player. Patrick, no. Whoever the best kicker is. Am I right? I played a couple seasons of fantasy football. Don't kickers go crazy? Now kickers don't get anything? What? Yeah, maybe the kicker for Chet, help me out here. Who was the guy? He missed all like 6 extra points in a row. Who was that guy? What was his name? Maybe if your kicker is Adge. No, wait, that's probably people getting an advertisement. I was like, what the fuck kind of football name is Adge? Just another benefit of being a Twitch Prime subscriber. Ooh. How's everyone enjoying Baldur's Gate 3, by the way? Second question, related to the first, but not identical to the first. How's everyone enjoying every streamer you follow only streaming Baldur's Gate 3? I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that Baldur's Gate 3 on Twitch is the Tarkov of CRPGs? Macros, I'm so proud, by the way. Sincerely. I would like to, friend of the channel, 117-month subscriber. Oh, no. We're okay. Macros 86, worked on Baldur's Gate 3. I would like to think, and I know you're like, I'm sure you would, but I would like to think that in some ways, my influence thus played a role in it being the highest rated game on Metacritic in history. Along with Macros' good work and the effort output, for sure, I'm sure. I don't know, I haven't played it. I do think that there's a chance that, I don't know, I haven't even seen anybody play it, so I'm basically just being a hater, but is it ushering in like a new era of like boredom on Twitch, or is it like pogging off? I don't know, see? Someone's got to ask the important questions. Can you relax? Stop shooting me. Oh my God. Did you see that Dark and Darker has a 100 on Metacritic? 100 what? Lawsuits? Heading to court in Busan? +2. The rare overtime +2. Ooh, they're shooting me. They're not very happy with me. I'll tell you. Hey, stop it. We win these? I told you we had a 10-piece. Okay, let me talk to my wife. Hello. Smiley face.